Shannon, Christian, hi. Welcome to talkSPORT and the Kickback. Lovely to chat to you today.
Hi Bo, how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you guys up in Manchester?
Yeah, up in Manchester on an AstroTurf, some of the best AstroTurf in the country. So we're
Is that right?
enjoying this lovely weather.
Guaranteed all your money back.
I love that. And let's get into it then. We're speaking today because there's quite shocking research that we've seen about how women and girls are still feeling a little bit uncomfortable in certain environments playing football. Can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit for me? What have we kind of seen in the research that you guys have done?
We were shocked when we commissioned the research and we got the results. And to hear that 48% of women and young girls feel judged about playing football, even though they've got the skills to play, just really can run a shiver down my spine. And we really wanted to emphasize that there are places that women and girls can come and play football, not be judged, feel safe, and explore their passion for football. And the research has guided us into some things that we're doing that I'll share with you later.
It's really sad, isn't it? Because after the last women's Euros, which was the most watched Euros ever, we saw an uptick in 2.3 million more girls wanting to play football, which is huge numbers. But then to see these stats that kind of girls are still not feeling, confident and comfortable in playing, it's really sad to see, isn't it?
It is, as I said, it's shocking. When I joined Power League 7 years ago, only 1% of our players were women and young girls. We've now got that up to 10%, but that gap is still way too big. It should be parity without question. So the industry, especially grassroots, has got to do a lot more to encourage young women to come and play and feel safe and enjoy the facilities that we provide.
And what are some of the barriers that we're seeing that are kind of making them feel unsafe?
I think it's judgment. I think it's other people commenting, deriding, and being, quite frankly, horrible. Um, and one of the things at Power League is that just under half of all our colleagues who work in our clubs are women. So there are women who are here to encourage, welcome, and ensure safety. We will not tolerate any form of abuse to anyone, and we enforce that rigidly. And we will continue to do so because it's important that we get the equality that is so rightly deserved in the sport.
And Shannon, you're on the freestyle football side. How do you think that can kind of make girls feel more confident in playing football? What are the kind of the benefits?
So freestyle football, as I like to call it, is just pure creative expression. So it's picking up a football, doing whatever you want with that football. So whether that's kick up, stood up, whether you're sat down, whether you're upside down, doing handstands, or it's just about getting out and kicking a football and just creating. And I think football resonates with girls, and I think it can get more girls into playing football because there are no boundaries with it. Like all you need is a football and a little bit of determination, and through practicing and through trying and failing and then eventually succeeding with what you're learning, you're learning like vital life skills that will then go out and help you to kind of combat this judgment that girls do fear on a yeah the judgment that girls fear and they experience. I feel like just by picking up football and giving it a go, I think freestyle is a great way to teach you those skills to then go in and play.
I think that judgment is something that's quite key, and I think girls are taught quite young that they have to be good at things, to be able to do them. Um, we spoke to Bloomsbury Football, who are a charity down here, and they kind of said that they wanted to create a space where girls can be bad at football, which really resonated with me because, you know, you might not be the next Beth Mead, but you should be able to have a space where you feel safe enough to be able to go down, have a go in whatever kind of capacity that is. Because, you've got your Sunday leagues, they're, playing on a hangover or, playing for a bit of fun or however they do it. And yeah, I think it's that judgment and that fear factor, but girls should be able to have a safe space where they can, either, maybe they are amazing and they can excel, or they can just have a bit of a kick about, a laugh with their friends, and it's kind of that sense of bonding and community that they get from it.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I think at its core element, you know, football should be fun and football should be for everyone, and it is. And I just feel like, yeah, you're right. You know, there are barriers that we face, but you know, it's just about stripping it back and going, okay, I might not be the next best, like the world's best footballer, but there are things that I can do, and there are things that, you know, I can take from it that are just as valuable. And I think it's just recognizing that, and then, as I said before, like working hard towards it and working hard towards those goals. And just having fun, getting out there and playing, you know. Yeah, and there should be no judgment to be amazing at football, to be amazing at something. It's just about getting out there and doing what you can.
Well, I think you raise a really important point. Football is sport, it's competition, but people can come just for fun. Women can come just and play and enjoy it, enjoy the social elements. Football is the world's most popular sport. Small-sided football, five-a-side football is the most played sport in the world. We all know the physical benefits that sport brings, the cardiovascular benefits, but you burn about 700 calories in an hour's game. So the physical benefits are there, but it's also the mental health benefits that come with it in terms of the fight against depression, mental health illness. It's proven that playing in a team sport makes a real difference. And the research that we commissioned in terms of a positive said that 45% of women said that girls felt their confidence, girls and women felt their confidence grow when they played football with their friends, with their mates in a non-judgmental environment. And growing confidence, growing resilience, the resilience that Shannon's had to show, honing her skills to become number two, and soon to be number one, we've said. We're going to be number one soon. But it really does demonstrate, and the power that sport and football can bring is palpable.
Absolutely. And like you picked up on, it is that kind of that sense of community that it brings. And on that note, what can communities across the country do to help break down those barriers that women and girls are facing in getting into football?
It's about that safe space. It's about that environment where women and girls can come and go, I can just be me. I can be with my mates. I can get a bit hot and sweaty. I can have fun. I can get the exhilaration of winning and that feeling of sense of despair losing, or just having that fun. And certainly from a Powerleague perspective, we want to create that environment. We've created it. We want to enhance that, and we'll do what's needed to help people come and play football.
Absolutely. I think that's the kind of the key, like we mentioned, that you know, it is that safe space to be able to play, to be able to come and you know, have a bit of fun with it. The football's fun.
Yeah,
That's I think sometimes people forget that, you know, you don't like it's just about having a bit of fun, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah, 100%. I wanted to add, like, on football really fun. So I used to play in academy setup, and you know, I put a lot of pressure on myself to do well. And it was, you know, I'm gonna make it to, you know, the England squad. I'm gonna make it to do this. I'm gonna do that. You know, I'm gonna play professionally. And it got to the point where I was putting so much pressure on myself to do this that I then kind of fell out of love with the game. And that's where I found freestyle. I found a form of creative expression, and I found, you know, like, you don't have to put pressure on yourself. You know, particularly with freestyle, it's open to welcoming. It's, you know, you can do whatever you want with football. And you're not being told, you know, you've got to play in this position, you've got to do this, or you've got to like adhere to these rules. You can just do whatever you want, and then you can put the videos up, and you know, add different things onto it that you never thought could be possible. And I think that in itself actually helped me fall back in love with the game and made me want to go back to playing football, because now I play like the odd 11-a-side charity match. And you know, I love playing five side. So that like really, really helped me get back to loving football. And I think if you can just take that core element of it being fun and sticking with that and going, okay, I'm just going to enjoy myself, I think you can't go wrong.
And how do people get involved in freestyle football? Like where do they start? Where's the best place?
Oh, okay. So the best place to get involved with freestyle football, I would say, is look online. So look on YouTube, look on Instagram, look on TikTok, whatever your favorite platform is, have a look and have a look at some tutorials and start off with the easy steps. So I put out tutorials, and for the Euros, I'm also putting out a series where I'm going to teach skills every single week that the year is on. So there'll be something out coming out on my channels. But there are loads of other freestylers that put out tutorials as well. And I would just say, yeah, get involved. So learn the tricks and then reach out to some freestylers as well. So yeah, don't be afraid to start an account, you know, and start showing your progress with it. Because if it's something you want to get involved with, freestyles are very, very active and very welcoming community, and there are loads of people that are here to help. So and you don't particularly have to be brilliant at football freestyle to start off with. Everyone knows that it's quite a niche sport and it's difficult to get involved in, purely just because of, you know, you need to be able to do pickups as the basis, and that is at the moment unachievable for a lot of people. I think breaking it down, taking it step by step, and just showing up, I think, is a way that people can get involved.
And there's a way that people can enjoy Shannon's experience and have a masterclass with her. So one of our routes to encourage women and young girls to come and play is if they upload a video of them playing football, or indeed a very important football moment to them, they can be entered into a competition to have a masterclass with Shannon, who will show all the tricks, get them into playing, enjoying freestyle football, and indeed see if they want to play five-a-side or other versions of the game at Powerleague. Also, what we're saying is anybody that enters, I mean, anybody can get a free pitch off peak. They can come along, have one of our pitches, just get a sense of what it's like, have a look around, feel that sense of safety and security. If they want to stay and play with us thereafter, fantastic. But we've got this intro, to see freestyle and experience Shannon's incredible skills. I've been seeing them earlier on. They are phenomenal. Absolutely. I've taught her everything she knows. but but absolutely incredible. So there's that opportunity. Plus, there's everyone who enters can have a free pitch.
I love that. I think it's so important, you know, to get women and girls into safe spaces where they feel that they can, you know, like you said, football's so accessible, but some people feel perhaps like there are those barriers there. But looking ahead to the Euros then, England's obviously looking to retain the Euros, and it had a huge impact on the numbers of women and girls we saw playing football in this country, or even like just as supporters as well. How much do you think it could do if they go on and do well, or in fact even win the tournament again this summer?
Oh wow, it could be phenomenal. I mean, given the figures of the amount of women and girls that got involved off the back of the last Women's Euros, I think, you know, it's stuff. I think even if we don't win it, I think just having that platform and having that visibility and being able to champion this way is absolutely massive. And you know, this Power League campaign as well, that's based around, you know, you know, show off their skills and show their love for the game. I think, you know, like it's
And finally, before I let you go, what's your one piece of advice that you'd give for someone, you know, who's maybe never tried any football before, freestyle or otherwise, and they wanna get involved? What's your one bit of advice to them?
Come along, access the Power League website, powerleague.com, enter the competition, you get a free pitch, and you get the chance to come and meet Shannon and have one of the master classes. But I think moreover, just come along and experience it. It is a safe space. It is a place where you won't be judged. You can have great fun. It'll help your health. It'll help your confidence, and you just have a great time.
yeah, grab a ball, have a kick about, and the world is your oyster.
I love that. Thank you so much, Shannon and Christian, for speaking with me today. Some really valuable insight there, and I think still a lot of work to do, but some real positives that we can also take away and hopefully implement as well. So thank you very much for your time.
Do you want to come along to a Power League, Bo, and enjoy it? Why don't
Oh,
you
I
come
would
along?
love to. I mean, I don't think you want to see that, you know. My
Oh,
skills are not.
if I can do it, Bo, anyone can do it.
I don't have any skills. My hand-eye coordination is not there.
Oh, do you know, I can teach you skills easy. You know, I teach them to like my grandma, and my grandma is like 80 something.
Okay,
So
if
if my
grandma
80
can do
something
it,
grandma can do it,
maybe.
you 100%.
Okay.
Lovely talking, Bo. Take care.